have in our studios an expert in blue economy, Gegele Olushola Yahya, who is the CEO and founder of Premium Blue Economy Innovation and Investment. He will tell us more about what the blue economy entails. Good to see you and thanks for your time. That's a new one in our polity for some people. Yes, they understand that ocean and the blue, but break it down for us. Blue economy, what does this mean?
Thank you so much, Solomon. So when we talk about blue economy, we're talking about the ecosystems of the world, right? And we're talking about 70% of the world is covered with water. So how come we're not seeing a different innovation from water? So blue economy is far beyond the oceans. It's talking about regenerative of natures, right? Nature has been for 4 billion years, and it has proved to us that it can live in ecosystems with themselves. So for blue economy, right, it's talking beyond oceans. Blue economy is actually talking about different kind of area that we need to focus in terms of the shipping industry, right? How do we create a good ecosystem for the shipping industry, right? We're talking about the fishery. We are doing overfishing, and we need to look at what fishing means to us in Nigeria. By reducing the way we fish, then we talk introduce the aquaculture. With the aquaculture is actually talking about freshwater aquaculture and the marine aquaculture, right? Then we look at it from another angle, right, in terms of all other things that we need to use in terms of the shipping industry. So when we're talking about blue economy has been defined by Professor Gunther Paulin, right, as how do we utilize abundance of opportunities we have in every community. So Nigeria doesn't need to import anything any longer with blue economy.
In fact, that's the most exciting aspect. Let me jump in. What are those, opportunities in that sector that we haven't actually touched before now?
Okay, thank you so much, right? So you look at it from, data is the first thing that Nigeria needs to get right in terms of when we're gonna get a good blue economy roadmap. You need to have a data, right? When you get the data, you're gonna know the number of fishes in the oceans. There are some fishes that are biomimic. There are some fishes that are biotechnology. They're actually good for, imagine, there is a creature in the water that's called horseshoe crabs. This horseshoe crab has a blue blood, right? It's never been known. These are what pharmaceutical industry are actually using for vaccines. During the COVID, they take largely 90% of what they use for vaccine from the water. How come we never actualize into this? So it's far beyond that. You need to look at it from the paper industry, right? When you realize that Nigeria has 3 paper mills that are not functioning any longer, and you have to look at it from the climate change angle of the blue economy. So when you're talking about the blue economy, you look at it from the climate angle. We are talking about net zero by 2050. So for not talking about net zero by 2050, right, deforestation is a big issue in climate change. Then if we are having a paper mill industry, Nigeria loses 1.4 trillion on paper importation every year. I tell you for a fact, yeah. So you can go that and get that. So how do we use blue economy to do that? I never knew they can use calcium carbonate from rock to make paper. So we are from limestone, from calcite, from calcium carbonate, we can make paper. So what does that one mean to blue economy? That means we use 60,000 tons of water to make 1 ton of paper. If Nigeria wants to get paper industry right, we don't need to use water again to make paper in Nigeria. Professor Gunther Paulin has do that. Morocco has just achieved the blue economy sustainable roadmap by acquiring $5 billion from World Bank last year and this year, being designed by Professor Gunther Paulin, which I think he has showed interest in Nigeria. He congratulated the president and the new minister of blue economy, and he is actually looking at the minister coming to COP28 in November.
One thing here that many Nigerians will be interested in is how soon. Now we have a minister, we have that sector already carved out. How soon are we likely to see us tapping into that economic aspect of our life, knowing full well that we need plenty of money?
Oh, thank you so much for that question again. Yeah, so basically, you look at it from Nigeria needs to realize that we have abundance of mineral resources that are not untapped, right? Professor Gunther Paulin has written a book on blue economy, and he called it 10 years, 100 innovations, lifting 100 million people out of poverty. It's well
100 million people
out of poverty with blue economy. So I think it's high time the new minister have to meet with Professor Gunther Paulin and understand how he has been doing it for other countries. He has developed a roadmap for Morocco, he has developed for Argentina, for China, for Brazil, for France, for couple Australia. And when you Google Professor Gunther Paulin on the internet, you're going to see a lot of ways that have used sustainability of blue economy to lift a lot of people out of poverty. So it's high time, I think, for COP28. He's going to be in the blue zone, which I'm going to be part of it as well. So I I advise the ministers and all other angle of MDAs to be part of the COP28 in Abu Dhabi, and they can meet with high-level people that want to invest in our blue economy in Nigeria. And I think it's a good way for the new minister to look into that when they're doing their implementation policy framework and legal framework.
Well, no doubt. I think that's a fine, an innovative aspect of the Tinubu administration to have actually looked in that direction. It means one thing, they have an idea, a sense of what you have just highlighted. But again, let's wrap up on this, and it has to do with you're looking at it from the large scale, from the ministry, from the government down. Are there smaller participants, smaller people, individuals who also can plug into that aspect of our national life and contribute?
Sure, thank you so much. Yeah, for that as well, he has a book called Guta Fables, which I think advocacy is the first that we need to do. So for the primary schools and secondary schools in Nigeria, it's a win-win situation for them to understand the blue education, how it comes about. Then the aquaculture is another quick win that Nigeria can focus on, where we can use most of our waste from organic waste to create larvae from black fly. I tell you this, 70% of people doing catfish in Nigeria are complaining about lack of feed to give to their assistants. How come we never realize that organic waste from most of our waste can be turned into larvae? And I tell you, for 1 ton of organic larvae, it's sold for almost $2,000 just for the waste we see in our markets. So these are among the area of what we're trying to collaborate with the new minister to show them that, okay, we can deliver. I was
hoping that you can break that down and say, when you say larva, you're talking about worms.
Yeah, I'm talking about the maggots. Maggots. Imagine, maggots are 52%.
So we can sell them, you grow them
from waste. You grow them from waste, yeah, so you can do that. So that's part of the blue economy. So the real definition of blue economy is, how do we utilize what we have in abundance? I tell you for a fact, lights, the LED lights you are using, lights. There's what we call Li-Fi. I'm sure you're about that we can browse through our phone with light now. That's part of it. It's in abundance. What we have in abundance. Ocean is in abundance. We have to create a lot of stuff from the oceans. Now, another innovation that Professor Gunther Paul is trying to partner with Nigeria is from the oceans, when you go 200 meter height, you can generate 2 megawatts of electricity. No wind turbine.
So what's the projection of what we hope to get for Nigeria in terms of monies?
So Nigeria are supposed to get like $5 billion from Professor Gunther Paulin if he's been given the opportunity to design the comprehensive roadmap for Nigeria in terms of that, and he's ready to showcase what he has done, to what he developed for Nigeria to develop country and see, okay, we can get it right from there.
Olushola, Yahya, Gegele, many thanks for coming on.